Good afternoon and welcome to the St. Paul Sports Network. Today's matchup on Levering Field is between the Maryvale Lions and your St. Paul School for Girls Gators. I'm Charlotte Farrell with your play-by-play. Lily, what do you expect from today's game?
Hi, I'm Lily Bouchard. I'm the color commentator, and I expect this to be the best game of the season so far. I saw a lot of talent on both teams warming up.
Yes, looking up both teams' rosters, it appears they both have a lot of great commits. So definitely going to be another tough matchup for St. Paul's. And Maryvale has had a pretty good season this year and last year's game was definitely close. So this game should be equally as competitive. Also with us on camera, we have Natalie Horn. She's been a great camera woman, and we just love having her here. So the game, introductions will be starting in about 30 seconds. So, oh yes, this is also the One Love game for St. Paul's. One Love is a foundation created in honor of Yardley Love, who was unfortunately murdered by her boyfriend in college. So One Love was created to spread awareness about abusive relationships, and today's game is dedicated to that. So the Gators are definitely playing with extra courage to support this cause. And we'll just about to get started with introductions. Also, sorry if there's any confusion. There is a boys' game going on behind us, so things in the box are a little loud right now.
We're really excited for this game.
Some players to look out for on the Lions is number 23, Kaden Reese. She's a left-handed attacker and definitely a threat for the Gators. And also Avery Wiedenkamp. She's a midfielder, I believe, and Stanford commit. And she's definitely a very talented player. And it should be an interesting matchup with her against St. Paul's awesome midfielders. St. Paul's has just won the coin flip, and they chose which goal they'll defend. So St. Paul's will be defending the goal near the parking lot for the first quarter. Actually very funny because one of the best midfielders on each team, they actually play for the same club team, and that's Caroline Hoskins and Avery Wiedenkamp. So definitely a lot of club team battles on this field. So, oh yes, there's also a Georgetown commit from each team. So a lot of familiar faces around here. Okay, the game is just about to start. St. Paul's actually went up to Connecticut last weekend to play Darien again. They played Darien last year at US Lacrosse and fell short by 1 goal. And this game last weekend was a similar situation, a very close game, very back and forth, but unfortunately they fell short 2 goals. But I know that will just drive them to play even harder this game, and especially trying to beat the team in beating a team only like under a 5-minute drive away. Definitely some home field rivalry, so this game should be very good. Also, shout out to Lily String's grandmother, Mimi. Just wanted to say thank you for watching us. And we love knowing how much you love this commentating.
Thank you, Mimi.
St. Paul's is using their usual starting lineup. They're starting with 5 back on defense, so one of the middies won't go over, which is something you don't see all the time, but I guess they're just getting ready to go into defensive mode. Taking the draw for the Lions against Kiribati is Kaden Reese. Like mentioned earlier, she's definitely a threat and a player to look out for, especially being that she is a lefty. Always find lefties to be harder to guard. And Pierce, there's a little bit of conflict with the coaches and refs right now. I think that there's something wrong with one of the nets. Yes, there's a hole in one of the nets. So they're fixing that right now before they start. I think it's the Gators net that has a hole in it. Or maybe it's the net that Maryvale is defending. Always want to make sure there's no holes in the net, because then when you score and sometimes it looks like it might not have gone through because it goes behind, but in reality it just went through a hole. So definitely necessary to fix that. And St. Paul's team really showing their strength, dragging those off the field with ease. Lots of energy going into today's game, being that it's a very good rivalry, and also that there's so many events happening on campus right now. So school spirit's radiating around the fields.
Definitely
Up in this box too. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling very excited for this game.
I am too.
Looks like they've gotten the net situation worked out, and we should be starting. Not sure if you can hear it that well, but it is definitely loud on this field. And we're underway. Great draw, but Kiribati was not able to come up with it. And Maryvale will start off this game with possession. Looks like they're just passing around right now, but I think they're running an ISO right now with number 4. Great defense by Caroline Hoskins, forces her to her left, and she'll pass it behind. It's up top now with number 10. Just looking to pass it around right now. 45 seconds left on the shot clock. Looks like they're starting to get something going right now. Number 18 looking to drive. She's defended by Christina King. Now number 23, great feed in front, but it was not caught. But it will be picked up by Avery Wheatonkamp and stay with the Lions. Good feed in front and goal by number 21.
That was a really
quick
good
play. She used the commotion that was going on by the drop ball and got a really quick goal.
The Gators will have to work hard to get back, but we know they have it in them.
Sorry if any numbers are mixed up. The roster does not have numbers next to names, so try our best to call out people when we can, but if not, very sorry in advance. Another draw, and Kira Ballas will hustle to that ball and recover it. St. Paul's is definitely going to take an aggressive approach on the set, being that they are down one. We saw a lot in their Darien game. Then when the shot clock started winding down, doing some really quick plays in front of the goal. And even being under such a time crunch, they managed to score off lots of those. Riley Vasile with the ball up top. She'll look to drive, gets tripled. Back out and behind with Charlotte Vaughn, looking to go. Tries to feed, couldn't get anything. Up top with Gabby Munsell. Now back over to Riley Vasile. And she'll drive and score.
That was a really good goal and something we see Riley do a lot.
Yes, she came off a great game up in Connecticut, and she's really good under pressure in front of the goal. It honestly seems to make her play better when she's under pressure. She really just cut through the defense and scores like she just did. And that puts the score at a tie of 1-1 with 9 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So 2 very quick goals. Another draw picked up by Kira Ballas, and Caroline Hoskins will take it over the restraining. Sorry, we're dealing with a wasp situation. The problem with having these nice big windows. Caroline Hoskins looks to drive, and a great feed in front of Marley. Good shot, but it was just stopped by the goalie. Bounced off her stick, and ground ball was picked up by number 27, Avery Wheatonkamp, who's facing a lot of pressure trying to clear it, but she managed to get through. Maryvale, really good feed in front and a great shot by Kaden Reese, but an even better stop by Susan. It will go out and be recovered by Maryvale. Looking to run a play right now. Emma Moan trying to go to goal. She won't have an angle. Back up top with Avery Wheatonkamp. Number 4 looking to run an ISO. St. Paul's will already send the double. Feed in front to Emma Moan. Shot and goal.
That was similar to Maryvale's first goal with the feet in front and a low shot. Very hard to defend.
Yeah, sending that double just left a player open in front, and St. Paul's wasn't able to see it quick enough. But they're not going to let that get to them, and I'm sure they'll win this draw and hopefully get another goal. Very high draw. And number 18 will be fouled on Maryvale, and she will maintain possession. This has already been a very back and forth and very quick game. Number 4 seemed to be wide open, but she got picked up. It's out with 23, Kaden Reese. She's being told to call a play. Great defense by Caroline Hoskins, making sure not to let her get by. Another feed in front to Avery Wheatonkamp, and that one will also go.
That was another low shot, really hard to save, very powerful shot.
Yeah, it seems that the quick cuts in front of goal have been a struggle for the Gators today, but after letting that happen a couple times, I'm sure they'll adjust to it. And that puts Maryvale up 3-1 with just over 7.5 minutes remaining. Haven't really seen St. Paul's in a deficit like this. Haven't seen them in a deficit yet this season. But I know that will just give them more fuel to come back. Draw was picked up by Riley Vasile. Great ground ball. Gators definitely need this right now. So really good job by her. Behind right now is Charlotte Vaughn. She'll pass it over to Riley Vasile. Up top with Caroline Hoskins now. Then back down low with Charlotte Vaughn. Just use that one time around to settle. And now they'll look to call a play. Caroline Hoskins looking to take this 1v1 up top. She can't get anything. Looking to re-attack, but she'll pass it over to Sarah Lim, who will try and drive. Can't get anything, and back over to Marley O'Day. A great cut by Maggie Porter, and she'll get fouled going to goal. Check in the sphere, and she'll have an 8-meter on the first hash. Definitely a good angle for her, and so I'm sure she'll run it in and look to score. And a goal by Maggie Porter. That was a really great play by her. She dodged what looked like to be 3 sticks to the head and maintained possession and made sure, even when she was looking down to keep her head safe, she did not step in the crease and got a great goal. Definitely needed right then for St. Paul's to keep the game close. And she knew she had that pressure, and she just took a great shot and scored.
Yeah, like Charlotte said, it was really smart of her to wrap it around the goalie and shoot it on like an above angle that went behind the goalie. Really hard shot to save, and she knew that they needed a good shot like that.
Yes, I agree. Christina King on the draw circle right now, and it will bounce over the restraining line. Sophia Herrera will pick it up. Back to Christina King and over to Lily Schwing. She'll look to run it up. And she'll take it over the restraining line despite being fouled. Behind right now with Riley Vasile. Haven't seen her behind cage yet this season. Charlotte Vaughn looking to drive. Can't get anything. Good pass to Maggie Porter. She'll look to go to goal again. And she'll get tripled. And she'll get another call for a check in the sphere. And I believe she'll be put on the center hash. Sorry, second hash. She'll probably look to do the same play she did last time, which seemed to work for her. She'll run it into goal. And she'll score again. This time she placed it up pretty high. but she managed to use her stick skills to fake out the goalie, which left her plenty of room up top. It's her second goal of the day and second goal in a row, and that will put the score tied at 3-3 with 5 minutes and 12 seconds left of this quarter.
That was a really good play. 2 good plays in a row for the Gators and brought them back. And now they definitely have some momentum, which is good to see.
Yes, definitely good to get the score deficit narrowed down quickly. You don't want to lose too much momentum in a game, and St. Paul's is really good at just using any deficit as drive. Foul called on Maryvale, and the ball will be given to St. Paul's. Charlotte Vaughn will run it behind cage right now. Since the score is even now, I'm sure St. Paul's will move even quicker than they have been and just keep up their momentum. Sarah Lim looking to drive. Riley Vasile with the ball now. She'll get tripled, but she'll recut. And she'll score. Nothing like bad you can say about that play. That was beautiful. She couldn't get anything going on her first drive, but she didn't pull the ball out. She just took a step back and re-attacked. Went through a couple defenders. And an absolutely beautiful play. Definitely good choice. A good choice by her to not settle the ball and attack. It adds a goal to the Gators score, so puts them up 4-3 and also keeps up their momentum. The refs will call Kira Ballas for going early on the circle, and the ball will be given to Maryvale, but some fight over the ground ball. And it'll go off of Maryvale and be given to St. Paul's. That was a great redefend. Didn't let Maryvale take the ball up the field really quickly and fought for it back. St. Paul's definitely doesn't slack on their ride, and even when there's a defensive turnover, they keep working hard and don't let that get to their heads and just use it again. Maggie Porter driving a goal. Looks like she's been dodging through 3 defenders a lot today. And she will get her third 8-meter in a row on the center hash, which will hopefully lead to her third goal in a row. Sorry, not in a row, but of the day. She'll decide not to run it in, but rip it. Maryvale goalie was able to easily track that one down. And Maryvale will start to clear the ball.
That was a really good save by the Maryvale goalie. And a really good carry up the field by a defender.
Maryvale looking to drive right now. It's up top with number 4. St. Paul sends the slide early and shuts down number 4. Behind the goal right now with number 23, Kaden Reese, who will look to drive. Another feed in front, but good defense. And it was a drop ball, but they'll call it a check to the head for Kira Ballas, which will put her off the field for 2 minutes. It is releasable, though, so if Maryvale scores on this 8 meters, she will go back in. Sorry, it's unreleasable.
So, Charlotte, why is it a yellow card for Kira, but not for the 3 fouls Maggie had for it?
Sorry
on her.
Before I answer that, that was Maryvale managed. Maryvale did score off that 8-meter, so now the score is even. And okay, so the card was releasable, and Kira Ballas is back on the field. But back to Lily's question, Kira's was called a yellow card because she supposedly made contact with the Maryvale player's head, but on Maggie in the sphere checks, Maggie's cradle was very close to her head, and the checks, and because her stick was so close to her head, the checks to her stick were way too close to her head. So since they didn't make contact, it's just an 8-meter, but since Kira apparently did, it's a card.
Okay.
And the draw will be won by Maryvale, giving them another possession. Number 21 with it behind right now. She'll be guarded by Molly Binniger.
There we go. That's good.
Looking to try an ISO with number 22. She's marked up by Lily Schwing. And up top, number 18, guarded by Christina King. Lily Schwing will send the double, and they've got her on lockdown. High pass over to Emma Moan. Christina King played some great defense on number 30. But they'll call it across the body, I believe. And that'll send number 21 to the hanging hash. It's a tough angle, so I'm assuming she'll pull it out and pass it, but especially because it is in her right hand coming from the left side. And she will pass it up top to Avery Wheatonkamp and back over to number 18. She'll look to drive. Great defense by Elena Aldave, and will force her to take a shot with a poor angle, and it'll go over the goal. Shot clock winding down for the Lions. We've only got about 30 seconds left. Number 19 looking to start a play. And she'll get by her defender and shoot it top right. That was number 19, Emma Moan. That was a very good play. She kept it in her right and managed to score with it in her right, despite being on such a harsh angle to the left.
That was a quick shot she got off, so it was hard, a high quick shot, so it was hard for the goalie probably to make the save, to see it coming in.
Yes, she went immediately from cradling off body to a shot, which doesn't give it much time for the St. Paul's goalie to track it. And that puts up Maryvale 5-3 with just over 30 seconds in the quarter. If St. Paul's wins this draw, I'm sure they'll look to score before the quarter runs out. And Kira Ballas will pick it up, so they'll definitely be moving very quickly to go to goal. Drop pass to Sarah Lim, but she'll recover it. 20 seconds left. Up top with Marley O'Day. She'll look to drive, and she'll take a beautiful shot across her body to the bottom left corner. Didn't even have to bounce. That had so much zip, it went straight to the back of the net. Beautiful shot.
That was just an insanely hard and quick shot that the goalie honestly had like no chance of getting a stick on.
Yes, it was so hard and powerful and direct to the bottom left corner that I don't know if anyone could stop that one.
It wasn't, but thank you.
No, I liked it.
Just 11 seconds left of the quarter. A very strong drive over the Maryvale sideline. Not sideline. Maryvale attack, and they will pick it up. And what's the score at 5-3? And we'll see you back in 2 minutes. And we're back for the second half of the first half.
Yay.
If you're watching and not listening, Gators have switched which end they're defending, so just be ready to readjust. Draw picked up by Caroline Hoskins. Given to Molly Vinegar to run it over. To Sophia Herrera, who will get the last step and bring it to Gator territory.
Carry up the field and pass by Molly to Sophia.
Maggie Porter looking to drive. She'll get doubled and get checked in the sphere again. I think Maryvale just has to be a little more composed when they go to defend her. Even though she can get by 3 defenders at once, they just want to make sure that they're not fouling her, because when they put her on the 8-meter, she typically scores. She'll face a lot of pressure and be forced to take an interesting angle at the shot, and the ball will be ran out by Maryvale, and we'll give them possession. Long pass over to number 7. Back to number 30. And number 25 will take it over the restraining line. Took about 23 seconds to clear that ball, so only giving them a little over a minute on the shot clock. Ball up top with number 18. She'll look to drive. Good defense by Caroline Hoskins, but they'll call it a check in the sphere. Not sure how that could have been possible if she was on the ground, but
That's a good question.
so that's Lainey Menderlin on the first hash. She doesn't have an angle and she'll pull it out, but she'll give it to number 19. And they'll call it inner sphere, but it just looked like shooting space. So I don't disagree that it shouldn't be an 8-meter, but I disagree with the call. She set up to rip it, but a great stop by Susan. Unfortunately, it was picked up in front of the goal, and it did go in. I'm not quite sure what number that was. I think it was number 18, Lainey Minderland. But that first initial shot by Susan was very good. You could hear it from up here. Definitely had a lot of power coming on and a really good stop. It's just unfortunate when there's a pickup in front of the goal, because number 1, it doesn't give goalie a lot of time to reset. Number 2, with all the confusion, it's really hard to see the ball.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really hard shot to save. 2 shots in a row just makes it harder, and it was shot so close up that there wasn't time for her to set up. So nothing on the goalie.
Maryvale's back up 6-5 with 9.5 minutes remaining, and they just won that draw. Very close games for both the boys and girls. Feet in front, but the pass was very high and just went soaring over the Maryvale player's head, and it was picked up by Riley Basile. Back to Susan, Rita Ball, and over to Christina King. She'll look to run it over. Guarded very closely by Maryvale, and it's with Sophia Herrera right now. Over to Sarah Lim, and hopefully she'll pass it over to Marley O'Day. So a bit of a longer clear, but honestly, St. Paul's works very well with not much time left on the shot clock. Caroline Hoskins looking to drive. She'll take a lefty shot, but it will just go wide, and it will be recovered by St. Paul's with 35 seconds left on the shot clock. Up top with Cam Vasile. She'll look to drive. Pass it over to her sister, who will get some space. And a beautiful shot. And it'll bounce off the stick of the Maryvale goalie and be picked up by number 4, who is sprinting it up the field to the Maryvale goal. Pass in front to number 19, Emma Moan. Christina King will be called for across the body, and they'll give it to her on the first hash. She'll try and run it in, but can't get anything, and quickly pull it out. A feed to number 21 in front, who will try and bounce it in. A little confusion on whether or not the goal went in or not. And it did appear to be saved.
That was a really good save.
Really crucial stop by Susan. Definitely needed that to keep the score close, and she came up with it.
Especially in a second.
Kira Ballas will be checked in the midfield while trying to. And another turnover. Maryvale looking to settle. It's been very back and forth these last couple of minutes. And being up by a goal, they don't have much rush. Definitely not what the St. Paul's defense wanted. They've been working really hard these last couple of minutes. I mean, since St. Paul's hasn't had many offensive opportunities. Number 4 will get a shooting space call, or will draw the shooting space call. On number 5, Colleen Lorden. She'll try and run it in, but can't get anything. And they'll issue a yellow card to Colleen Lorden for a push.
What number?
So number 4 will get another opportunity at an 8-meter, and St. Paul's really needs a stop right here if they want to keep this game close like it has been. Number 4 will pull it out, but they'll call. I'm not sure if they called Christina King for going early or just wanted her to go behind. But great defense by St. Paul's. It looked like they just made stick-to-stick contact. But they'll issue another yellow card to Kira Ballas. Didn't even look like she was on the ball. It looked like that was being defended by Lily Schwing. So an interesting call by the ref. And yet another 8-meter opportunity for number 4, but she'll pull it out. They are 2 players up right now. So St. Paul's has really got to have their heads on a swivel to make sure that then there's no goal. Playing a zone defense right now, which makes it easy for them to get a shooting space call. But so far, they've done a really good job. Up top with Lainey Minderlin right now. Looks like she's starting to call a play. Behind with number 21. Feed in front by Emma Moan. But her shot will go wide and will be backed up by Maryvale, so they will keep possession. I'm sorry. That will go off the stick of Susan, so it was a shot clock reset. Number 4 will draw a shooting space call for almost the 4th time. Susan's going to need to come up with another good stop right here.
Penalty?
And that shot will go right off the pipe. Sarah Lynn will make a great effort to box out and get the ball, but they'll call it a push on her and give the ball to Maryvale again. That was a really great effort by her, even though it wasn't called in her favor.
What number? 15?
Another feed in front, and it'll be passed back behind. Number 18 will look to drive and get the shooting space call.
I don't think that was a push. Like, I think she just got her foot in front of her.
Yes, it looked like she just boxed out, and the Maryvale girl kind of ran into her. But Lainey Minderland, number 18, will run that ball in on the 8-meter and get another goal. Although Maryvale did score, it releases the card. So St. Paul's will be even now. Or sorry, there'll be one player back in. Kira's card is unreleasable, I believe. Or actually, they are even. I believe because that was Kira's second card, she's out for the game. I'm not quite sure, though. They're talking to the refs right now. Okay, so they're not even. They're still down one, I'm sorry. But they'll call it early on St. Paul's and give the ball to Maryvale again. St. Paul's is offside right now. And the refs will notice when Caroline Hoskins tries to get back. Not a totally big deal right now because Maryvale already does have possession. So it just gives Maryvale an indirect shot on the 12. So nothing to get mad over. They've done a really great job of making sure they're not offsides while being one player or two players down. So that one little slip up won't cost them much. Good defense by Christina King on number 27. But they'll call it a foul. And that will be a card for Christina King for a slash. She was trying to check from behind, which is allowed, but you cannot go to the ground. This is the fourth card for St. Paul's just in this half, which if I'm not mistaken is an unreleasable and will keep them down. Sorry, this card is for 4 minutes because it is their fourth. So I'm not sure if the 4-card situation applies to high school, but I believe for college, or at least it was this way, if your team has 4 cards, player down. But I think right now it's just a 4-minute unreleasable penalty. St. Paul's doing a good job of making sure to cover space on defense and not get any 3-second calls. Another foul called on St. Paul's in front. If I'm being completely honest, I have no idea what that one was for. But it'll give number 27 an 8-meter opportunity, and she'll set up to rip it. And a great stop by Susan. And even though Riley Vasile looked to be the last person to run the ball out, they'll give it to Maryvale. St. Paul's sideline is not happy with that call. From this angle, it looked like Riley had the last step, but
I agree.
A feed in front to number 19. She'll look to quick stick it, but can't get anything. And that was a stop for Susan, making it another shot clock reset. 1:30 left in the half. St. Paul's defense has been doing a really great job. They've basically been playing defense this whole entire half, and despite being tired, have kept up the really good work. Number 21 with the behind. She'll pass up top to number 18. She'll get doubled. Great check by Colleen, but they'll call it across the body and give number 18 an 8-meter. Sorry. They'll give her the ball on the 12, and they'll make it indirect. St. Paul's card has run out, so they should finally be even. There's some confusion with the clock. This is giving St. Paul's defense a good break to catch their breath. It's been very start and go recently. So nice for them to have a little break. They've been working super hard and have definitely earned it.
The refs seem to not know how much time is left on this card.
Yes, lots of confusion on what's supposed to be on the play clock and shot clock. They'll set the play clock at 1:12 and give them a shot clock reset, which I'm not really sure how that was earned when there was probably 50 seconds left on it, but
I'm like really confused.
same. Critical stop by Susan. That was needed to keep St. Paul's momentum alive, and Lily Schwing will run it up the field. She'll face some pressure. She'll be... Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, they finally called the slash on number 23 after it happened twice.
Only took a few times for them to see it.
St. Paul's needs to use this player up opportunity for the last 43 seconds and get a goal to keep their momentum alive.
You can tell that there's a lot of like aggression and tension between these teams, and it's coming out in the way they're fouling each other, which
it's not ideal.
Yeah.
Pass over to Cam Vasile was not noticed. She just didn't seem to be ready for it and will go out and cause a turnover, giving Maryvale possession for what will probably be the rest of the half. Great ride by Marley O'Day and great double by Maggie Porter. They'll call it a foul.
I think that was really good defense that slowed down the play, which was something they needed.
It was a push or anything that caused the Maryvale player to turn the ball over. I think it was just pressure. But that will close out the first half with Maryvale up 7-5.